Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we are going to show you how to authenticate a domain in ActiveCampaign. Let's begin. Now, the first thing that you need to do is to log in using your credentials. If this is your first time in ActiveCampaign, I want you to click the sign up option, and from here just follow the on-screen instructions and you're good to go. Authenticating your domain in ActiveCampaign is a simple process that is a crucial step to improve email deliverability and, of course, ensuring your emails are recognized as coming from your own domain. So, once you are logged into your account, I want you to hover to the bottom left corner of your account here and click the settings. That's going to be a gear icon on top of your profile, and then you will be forwarded to this section. Now, there are multiple ways for you to be able to authenticate a domain. Number one option is going to be click on the advanced section, because from here you have two ways. You can add your domain below and they will connect directly to the DNS provider and set up a required DNS records, which are GKIM, DMARC, and SPF to authenticate and verify your domain. All right, so I told you there are a couple of methods, right? So number one option is the configure domain, which is kind of like an automatic way of setting it. All I have to do is enter your domain. For example, if you don't know your domain, you might want to go to the hosting provider. So in my case, this is my domain, which is tvlabs.com. It is powered by Squarespace. So I'm going to copy this and switch very quickly to ActiveCampaign. From here, I'm going to enter the domain. Click the continue button. You will be forwarded to this section. All right, and as you can see, settings are saved. All I have to do is click the continue button. You can connect to ActiveCampaign. All I have to do is click the continue button. It's gonna analyze your domain. You see, it's very easy, right? All I have to do is log into your Squarespace. So I'm gonna log in right now. As you can see, it's authenticating, and this may take a few minutes. But the idea is that the authentication process ensures that your emails are likely less to be flagged as spam by recipient mail servers, right? It builds trust with email providers such as Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook, helping your emails land in inboxes rather than the spam folders. And obviously, it creates a professional and consistent brand image. Now, if you encounter any problems like this, you might want to make sure that the logins are correct. Now, as you can see, if you're having problems logging into your provider, there is like an option here that says show added DNS records. All right, all I have to do is copy all these information. All right, maybe save it to a safe place like a WordPad or Microsoft Word or a Google Sheet. All right, in my case, I'm going to be saving it to a WordPad, so it's a lot easier, because again, if this doesn't work, you might want to do it manually. You see this option right here, right? Click the manual setup. What will happen is you just have to add all of these records: host name, required value, and of course the CNAME and text. All right, so we're gonna do that in the hosting provider. So I want you to go to the hosting provider. In my case, that's going to be Squarespace. Now here, all I have to do is hover to my account. On the top right corner, there's my profile icon, and I'm going to click the domains. I will be forwarded to this section, and I'm going to click this option. In this case, I'm going to be clicking the DNS settings. Remember earlier that you just have to switch over to the information from the ActiveCampaign. I'm going to add a record. I'm going to quickly switch to ActiveCampaign because I'm going to add the A record, which is this one right here. The text record is going to be DMARC, and the value is this. All right, so let me do that right now. Type is DMARC right here. So the type is going to be a text. Host is going to be a DMARC, and then put in the information here. All right, so that's going to be the value or the data. In this case, I'm going to be copying this, switch over to the Squarespace. Here, I'm going to paste it. All right, click on save. So that's one way. Now, another is we're going to add a record. This time, it's going to be a CNAME. All right, host is gonna be triple W's, and then the alias data or the value is gonna be these section. All right, you have to add all these records. I'm gonna copy this one right here. And then add this here. And all you have to do is click on save. Now, once you save it, it takes a little while before the DNS to propagate, like 24 to 48 hours. Sometimes it's a lot earlier. Now, remember earlier, we noted that there are two ways to configure the domain, right? So the number one is going to be the automatic way of doing things and the doing it manually. Again, if we go to our domain, that's going to be I'm just going to show you how. All right, so you see it's already existed, but if it's not, you can put your domains here. All right, but there is also an option here that says domains. You can put in the domain alias if you wanted. All right, that's going to be another settings. But again, if you go to the advanced, the best thing is to configure again the domain. You see, just click the view the DNS records. You see that? Check DNS to ensure that it's okay, and just have to configure all of these information. You see, you just have to wait at least 30 minutes, or sometimes it takes a longer, like 24 to 48 hours, depending on the hosting provider and the traffic. But these are going to be some of the information that you have to add to your hosting provider for you to be able to integrate all of these. All right. Another option is going to be resolve issues. All right. Takes a little while. And again, all I have to do is click the continue button. You would be forwarded to the same process earlier. All right. Because the authentication protects your domain from being spoofed or used for phishing attacks. And again, you just have to log in your email address. Now, resolving this automatically is one of the easiest way because ActiveCampaign also prioritizes authenticated domains to ensure a high standard of deliverability. Of course, you just have to make sure that you have the right credentials for the... And as you can see, if the credentials are correct, the email providers will continue to enhance the security measures. Authentication is becoming increasingly critical, all right? And implementing a domain authentication now prepares for you for stricter requirements in the future. All right, so again, you just have to wait for 30 minutes, as it says here, until 24 to 48 hours, but sometimes it's quicker because authenticating your domain demonstrates that you are a legitimate sender, and setting up this may take a minute. So if you can't not do it the automatic, you just have to do it manually, but it's going to be a lot easier. Now configure. And changes typically less than few hours to go live. However, it can take up to 48 hours as expected. All right, so at this moment, all I have to do is wait. If in case after 24 to 48 hours and still not authenticating, you might want to contact the email or the hosting provider for the customer support so they can give you technical assistance on how to solve this issue. You can contact the ActiveCampaign and of course your hosting provider. In my case, that's going to be Squarespace. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We will see you again in the next video.